This is a pretty insane money glitch in Forza Horizon 5 that all of you can use right now, and you guys might notice I've got a billion super wheel spins, but we'll get into that as the video progresses. Now with you guys new to the game, or you've been playing Forza for a while and you're simply trying to get that next car or a house and saving up credits to do so, this video will definitely be helpful. Now the video I'll be showing, or the money method I'll be showing throughout the course of this video, is completely legit, safe, and will always work. I know a lot of people have used some of the glitches that come time to time through Blueprint share codes or events on the creative hub, and unfortunately whilst they do work for a little bit of time, it's only inevitable to a lot of those get patched, and sometimes people just want a good reliable method you can use to make money without even worrying that 1 hour it's working and the next hour you go to enter the event and it's not working, on the share code has been glitched. But I imagine a lot of you guys want a reliable way to make money without having to be worried about the fact that you might be on a Blueprint event 1 hour, then the next hour it's no longer working, you need to go on and find a new one due to the first one being patched. Let's go and get started exactly what you guys need and how to get started. So first off, you'll need a car that will make you a lot of skill points. Now I know you guys might have heard skill points all the time, but it really is one of the best ways to make money in Forza, so we'll be revisiting this method with a few extra tips. Now one car that will be good, of course, to be able to drift and earn skill points at any of the Formula Drift cars. These are good because they're very accessible. A lot of you guys will already have cars in your account with these Formula Drifts completely for free, and the reason they're good is, like I said, they look cool, not that relevant, but of course they're easy to drift. They gain you a lot of skill points based off the fact that they have a car mastery skill multiplier of 7. And I'll be getting into more information as to exactly what that skill multiplier refers to as this video goes on. But all you guys need to know, the top left you guys can see skill multiplier of 7. Now the ultimate best car in the game for this is going to be the Hoonigan Hoonicorn V2. The reason why this car is slightly better is because instead of the skill multiplier being 7, it's 8, which basically just means you'll be able to earn money around 12.5% faster. Other than that, there's not really much of a difference. Now the downside of this car is that it's very expensive to obtain. Through the auction house, for example, it's pretty much the only way you guys will be able to get one of these. It's going to be over 10 million credits. So if you already have a lot of money or you already have one of these, it's worth doing. But if you guys don't have much money, I'd recommend just using a normal Formula Drift car because it's quite an investment, but over time it will make you your money back. But now that you've got your car, make sure you have all the skill perks maxed out with that skill multiplier, of course, and head to the bottom left part of the map, the aerodrome drag strip. Now there are various different parts of the map you guys can do this in. The reason why I always recommend the aerodrome drag strip is because it's straight, long, and wide. It's very, very easy to drift on, and it's very flat with virtually no obstacles in your way. Now you can do this on the highway if you want. It's pretty good. It's not as wide, so you won't be able to drift as effectively, but as soon as you get down the aerodrome drag strip, start drifting in these S sort of patterns. Back and forth, pretty easy to do. My Hoonicorn is virtually stock, I do believe. You don't really need a good tune. Just a car that's fairly quick, can build up some speed, which a lot of these cars do naturally, and start you earning skill points. Now what you guys will notice is it's pretty straightforward and easy. Now you might be wondering, okay, so how long do I do this for? When do I stop? That's what I'll be covering. I'll also be talking about why the skill multiplier is better. And just to reset that chain to give you guys a little bit of context, the most skill points you get in one skill chain is going to be 10. And there's a point at which you cross that threshold where you start to earn 10 skill points every single chain. Now, for example, on a car with a skill multiplier of 7, up the top number of that screen you see, for example, that right now is 4,000. Once you cross 72,000, you'll earn 10 skill points, whereas a car with a skill multiplier of 8, it's around 61,000. So you don't have to drift for quite as long, and you'll be earning 10 skill points. Now, for example, guys, that's the most skill points you get in one chain, just to emphasize that. You can get 1 million points in your skill chain, and you're still only going to get 10 skill points. So it's not really worth going over that threshold where you earn 10 skill points. Now, it becomes a little bit difficult, and the reason why is because, as you guys can see, as I'm drifting up top, I'm earning skill points. However, it's a little bit deceiving because I'm actually earning skill points a lot quicker than what the numbers will show on screen, because I'm actually earning faster than the animation can keep up. So in reality, as you guys earn more skill points, the number is always going to be lagging a little bit on screen. So my point is, I want to stop at a good time where I know I'm not going to go much over 61 to 62,000 skill points in this car with the ×8 multiplier. So you want to time it where the numbers will line up with where the animation is on screen. So basically, I'm going to stop at around 48,000. And by doing that, I'm assuming the number on screen is quite a bit delayed, and it's going to be that amount in front. So let's say I stop at 48,000, which is going to be very soon. We'll see how much these points continue to accumulate even when I've stopped. So I've stopped perfectly at around 48,000 right now, guys, and you'll see my prediction is they'll continue to go up almost to 70,000. So my point is, if you guys stop, let's say you're in a Formula Drift car, and you stop at 72,000 points, your points are most likely going to go over 100,000. So you've wasted a fair bit of extra time drifting when you could have stopped earlier, got the same amount of skill points anyway, and got back to drifting. It's really all about optimizing your efficiency. You want to earn skill points as quickly as possible, and therefore money as possible. If you're spending 40% extra time each each time you get 10 skill points is drifting unnecessarily, you're wasting a lot of extra time that otherwise could be made making more money. As you guys can see, I stopped at around 48,000. Right now, it's over 20,000 over that amount. That's just to go ahead and prove my point, which goes and improves the fact the animation on top is always going to be lagging quite a while. It kept going to 70,453, and as you guys can see, that's an easy 10 skill points. But one further tip about efficiency is, of course, you don't want to be waiting around 1 minute every single time you finish the skill chain for those points to add up. So let's say I get to 48,000 again. Let's act like I'm around 48,000. Go to one of the events you have unlocked on your own drag strip. For most of you, it'll be this cross-country circuit. For others, it could also be the drag strip as well. Simply go up to one of these events, interact with the event as if you're going to enter into it, instantly back out. By doing this, you'll instantaneously bank your skill chains. Let's say I'm at 3,000, you'll enter in this event, instantly back out, and boom, go back to drifting, and you'll have earned the skill points from the skill chain you had beforehand. Way quicker way at banking the skill points, getting right back into drifting, and like I said before, optimizing your efficiency. Now quickly, you guys might have seen that I've got a billion skill points just before, or billion super wheel spins, sorry. The reason is, guys, is because I'm also, of course, on a Forza Horizon 5 modded account from MitchCactus.com, and you guys can too. We have credit packs, rare car packs, and even personal mod bundles for an existing account of yours. We've got over 12,000 Trustpilot reviews, and even offer packages for GTA 5, Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption 2, and more. So be sure to check that out at MitchCactus.com, guys. I'll be linking the pinned comment description. But now let's go on to talk about how you convert all those hard-earned skill points right into credits. Now, guys, let's head to the auto show, which is going to be the one spot you'll want to go in and start that process. Now, it's pretty overall simple. There are a bunch of different ways you can do this with. I can make a 20-minute video talking about the best ways to convert skill points to super wheel spins, which you can then, of course, open to get credits. But I'll try and keep it as compact as possible. Now, there are quite a few cars you guys can use. The best one in the game is going to be the Bugatti Devo. Now, if you guys go on the auction house and find one of these Bugatti Devos, what you'll see is there'll be quite a lot of people selling them. And there are a few tips I have for you. Now, for example, the Bugatti Devo, the reason why there are so many of them on the auction house is, of course, because people are using this glitch, but also the fact that it's an auto show car. It's not very rare. There are a lot of these in circulation. But when you go to the auction house, you'll see a bunch of these listed up, and you'll want to look out for the ones where the perks have already been used. Because if you guys buy a car on the auction house and these skill perks have already been used, you won't be able to use them again. So my two tips that I've been preaching about for quite a few years now regarding the auction house is look out for one. Firstly, people who are duplicate selling. If you see one guy listing up a bunch of Devos at once, you know he's doing this, and you can see his username or the gamer tag of the person doing this. And just quickly, guys, get 2 super wheel spins, 1 normal spin, and 50,000 credits. And although it's going to cost you around 400 or 500,000 credits each time you buy one of these on the auction house, you can simply relist them on the auction house once you guys are done. And a lot of the time, people will just buy them out from you, meaning you not only get your money back, you'll also get the 50,000 credits, 2 supers, and 1 normal spin. So basically, guys, look out for duplicate sellers. If you see one guy listing up a bunch of these, like I said, you know he's doing this in bulk and the perks already be used. Secondly, look out for a car that has a tune on it. You want a car with a default tune and no upgrades. You want it to be as stock as possible, which will therefore mean there's the highest chance the perks haven't been used, and then buy them. There's a good 80% chance this will work successfully if you guys follow those steps. I see some people saying it never works for me. They've always had the perks used because you guys are probably just going on there and buying the first car you see. That's not a good way to do it. Now, the Zenvo is another very good car I'd recommend for this. Now, these cars cost around 1 million credits on the auction house and 1.2 million on the auto show. So honestly, if you guys want zero risk of finding one of these cars for the auction house where the perks have already been used, you can spend more money and buy them from the auto show. However, that means when you relist them on the auction house, you lose around 150,000 credits each time. So if you guys think that's worth it, percentage-wise it could be. It's up to you to determine that and think it's going to be a better trade-off. But again, that's also a car where you get 2 super wheel spins for every single time you get it. Now, these are probably 2 of the best ways or best cars that I'd recommend. I've showed the auction house doing it so many times. It's very simple. Look for a car, no duplicate seller, complete stock, boom. Very good, or very likely chance it will have no perks used. You guys can rinse and repeat as many times as you want and spend all those hard-earned skill points and convert them into credits. Now, another car is going to be the Ford Puma Racing Edition. Very good. It's got a super, a normal spin, and also 75,000 credits. And it only costs around 125,000 to buy this in the auction house, but they're actually only available for VIP players if you have the Ultimate Edition add-on. Now, one last recommendation I'd have is that if you guys actually buy up all these clothing items you'll see in the My Festival area once it loads up, a little recommendation is that the more of these items or clothing items you purchase with the credits, the less of these you'll see in super wheel spins, which will therefore actually increase the likelihood of you getting more desirable items. So basically, the loophole in Forza you see in super wheel spins is full of items like this, clothing items, and they'll take up quite a lot of slots. And in reality, no one really wants these credit purchasable clothing items, and these are taking up slots that you'd otherwise be reserved for credits and rare cars. So if you guys spend money buying all of these clothing items, you therefore will not see it as a reward in super wheel spins, meaning instead there'll be a high likelihood you'll alternatively get super wheel spins and credits like I mentioned before. When I open super wheel spins, you virtually never see clothing items popped up, whereas back in the day when I just started playing the game and I had none of these clothing items really purchased or unlocked, you'd see them pretty much every other spin. Little recommendation there, you guys take it as you will. It costs around 5 to 6 million credits to buy every clothing item in the game, but I can guarantee you if you open a lot of spins from using glitches or just playing the game, you will make your money back in due time. Let me know how you guys went with this glitch down below, like and subscribe and comment down below what kind of other videos you want me to see. Thank you guys all so much for watching.